The best way to think about the link between climate and national security is that climate change acts as a threat multiplier, amplifying other threats like terrorism, like challenges of weapons of mass destruction, like creating conditions in which extremists can take advantage of vulnerable populations. The links are real. Extreme weather events, worsening droughts, collapsing permafrost, retreating sea ice, these are all changing our global security conditions. Exhibit A would be the Arctic, a region that has opened up for geostrategic competition in our time because the sea ice is retreating, the permafrost is collapsing, the oceans are warming, and now the Arctic is more navigable. Because it's more navigable, the Russians are remilitarizing their portion of the vast Arctic, seeking to use the northern sea route as a toll road for transit. China has declared itself to be a near-Arctic stakeholder and is building a polar Silk Road through the Arctic. And the U.S. now has to up its game in terms of operating in the Arctic, an area where we long thought we only needed to operate below the sea, submarines, subsurface, or in the air, in space. And now we also have to be able to operate on the surface and in the land. The whole Norfolk, Hampton Roads, Langley area is really in many ways ground zero for sea level rise climate risks in the United States. Putting this whole area, changing it, putting the area at risk. We have the largest constellation of military bases in the U.S. right here, all the services. We've got a NATO headquarters, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, of course, NASA, Coast Guard, many other federal agencies have important locations here in this region. So it's one that needs to be resilient. It needs to continue to perform these important military and other missions. So in many ways, it should be a laboratory for how to become climate resilient. NASA does a lot of the measurements and the fundamental earth science that help us understand the changing climate. It's because of the work that NASA has been doing that we now have the evidence of our changing climate. So we need NASA to continue doing that work, continue advancing that very important science mission. And that science helps us build the right solutions. We need to advance our climate prediction services. The science helps inform that, but then we have to convert the science into a predictive capability that can be used by builders and owners and the financial industry and the real estate industry and the insurance industry and the agricultural industry, and all of those various sectors of our society need that information. And NASA's research is going to feed into that. And the application of the research into these societal solutions is going to be important. So at that nexus where the science meets society, where the government transitions into the private sector, that's going to be very, very important.